We're going out on video chat now. We've got David Winter with us. He's become a longtime friend of ours from Doug Flutie's Maximum Football. It's a very big day for them. We got a lot of news to unpack with him. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. Thank you again for having me on the show.
Feels like we've come a long way since the last time we chatted, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, there's been a lot going on, and it's release day for us, and
Yes.
There's been new adventures with your show and how you're using the game, and it's been a lot of fun to watch, and I see the numbers that are coming through your show, like the viewerships, and I sit back and it's a little bit surreal for me because I'm thinking to myself, wow, there's this many people watching something that I built, and wow.
I know.
So,
and believe me, it's caught me a little off guard too. It tells me how much people love Canadian football, how much they love the CFL, and how they're missing the CFL. But let's get to your breaking news today, because the release of the latest game. Tell our viewers about that, and just almost pretend for a second like people that don't have any idea what we're talking about. Right? Explain it all, Dave, if you don't mind, for Doug Flutie's Maximum Football.
but everybody knows.
I'm talking non-gamers that might be watching right now. You know what I mean?
So yes, Canuck Play is the game studio behind a video game franchise called Maximum Football. And it is the only console video game on the market that allows you to play Canadian football, U.S. professional football, or U.S. college rules football. It includes a dynasty mode. It includes a play designer. It includes a logo editor. You can customize your teams and do all those things and create your own football universe that you want. And it is releasing today on the Xbox One and the Sony PS4 for $29.99 USD.
Congratulations.
That's it in a nutshell.
Well, congratulations. And by the way, the comments are going crazy now. Chad Isaac, speaking of that, they're talking about you on Discord announcing the game for tonight while we wait for the PS4 release in a couple hours. That's from Chad. Nelson Hakowich, our VP of Sim Events, whom you know, says, I sit there in awe every week with the amount of people that are watching. Let's just back up for a second. Just getting a hold of Doug Flutie is no small feat, let alone getting him to sign off on something like this. So can you talk about that association, Dave?
Well, we reached out to Doug's agent in early 2018, just around the time the 2018 edition of the game was being launched, and we were looking for somebody with a lot of background and a lot of roots in the sport, and because of Maximum Football's ability to play the three major North American rule sets, it made a lot of sense for us to approach Doug Flutie, who has excelled in all those rule sets and is a legend in the sport. So we reached out to his agent, and it just so happened that around the same time, he and his agent were looking to explore the digital space and how could they get Doug into the space. So it really just sort of worked out well for everybody. It just happened to be really good timing, and we've been very happy with the partnership as it's been growing. I had an opportunity to chat with Doug earlier in the week, and he's really excited about the game and where it's going and how we're growing, and he understands that we're a small studio, we're not a $1 billion organization, and we're starting small and we're growing and we're building that foundation and adding things on top of it, and he's really just happy to be working with a group of people that are so passionate about the sport that he played, and so far, I think everybody's just really happy with how it's working out.
No doubt. And hopefully we can maybe get him on one of our sim broadcasts, but it's fun for us to play a small role. I think for you, and you know it, Dave, is getting the word out. Like you say, everybody knows about it, but there could be a few that don't. And there's some questions from our viewers, by the way. Armando Moreno, who watches every day in Mexico, he's a global football reporter down there. He says, hey, guys, are you going to make Maximum Football 2020 available in Mexico? And Frank Horsley writes, and he says, can I get Max Football PS4 game in the UK? So we're talking worldwide interest here, Dave. What answers do you have for those guys?
Those two folks can actually get the game from in their location. All you have to do is go on your PlayStation. You go into your PlayStation. You switch your store to the U.S. store, and you'll get access to the U.S. titles from there. So it's a little bit of an extra step in outside of North America, in Mexico, but it's certainly possible to get the game if that's what you're looking for.
Well, Dave, we're in the digital age, and by the way, Game Plus, the TV network that we're on, is a gaming channel, as you know, so they're full bore on whatever we do with Doug Flutie's Maximum Football and yourself, but it's the digital age. I mean, these folks, I don't know if you're the one behind the Maximum Football Twitter account or not, but you can answer all of these questions yourself, right? You don't have to just do it today on the television show.
No, there's the Max Football Game Twitter account or the Canuck GS Twitter account. That's my actual personal one. Plus, we have the Discord, and we're very active on Instagram. When we post, people ask questions there, and we answer. And Facebook, there's Facebook pages for both of those accounts. So there's lots of ways to get a hold of us on social media.
Right, so you can answer all those questions at Max Football Game and Dave's his own. Listen, a couple of fun questions for me. I don't know if you were watching last Friday night's Friday Night Football broadcast, but the game denigrated into
my attention.
Yeah, into a 12-on-12 brawl at the end of regulation time. And hey, I have a new respect and understanding for commissioners, by the way, because I'm sitting there going, this isn't good. This isn't good. There's a brawl on the field. Now I know how Randy Ambrosi feels and Gary Bettman when things are breaking out. But by the way, a TSN executive wrote me the next day and said he was still wiping tears off his cheeks from how entertaining it was and how much he enjoyed the call. But can you explain how that happened, Dave?
Honestly, no. But I think there'd be an internal fight as to whether or not that's something that I should fix or something that I shouldn't fix, because people enjoyed it so much. Maybe it's a feature. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those times where a video game is being a video game, and you know, the games are so enormously complicated to build now that sometimes things go a little bit pear-shaped, but you know, at least everybody had fun with it, and we could you could generate some content, and everybody could have a bit of a smile.
Believe me, I certainly don't regret it. And I've been playing video games my whole life. We've all seen those glitches. I didn't expect it to be on a nationwide broadcast like that. Martial Law writes in and says, Canuck Play and Maximum Football have been great with the gaming community, interactions, and answering our questions. Thank you from all of us gamers. Can I ask you this? I'm following Doug Flutie's
Sure.
Maximum Football 2019. That's what we've been playing. What's different in 2020 that drops today?
Well, a lot is different. One of the things that we've done over the past little while is actually watch your broadcasts to see what you're calling and what you're seeing, and how players are engaging with the play on the field. And I'm the first one to admit that we're always trying to improve the game, and we're always looking for ways to make it better. And it's one of those games that, you know, it's iterative, and it's not something that we just ship and push out the door. We're always trying to change and improve. So this year, one of the things that we added a lot of work into was the open field running for the running backs. You'll notice in the 2019 edition that you're playing right now, when the running back gets through that gap, he may actually just simply crash right into the linebacker. Now in 2020, the running backs are a little bit smarter and will do a better job of trying to avoid that linebacker and pick up those few extra yards. Quarterbacks, when they scramble out of the pocket and maybe run, they're smarter about when they should hook slide versus when they need to get a first down. They're smarter at who they throw to, and how they how fast they make that decision. They're faster at making decisions, so an open receiver will get hit sooner rather than later. The receiver animations are better this year too. So in 2019, you'll occasionally see a receiver just sort of get hit with the ball and it's considered a catch, whereas now the receivers are putting their hands out to catch the ball in stride. So we're a lot more offense this year than you've seen so far in 2019. But we've also done a lot of work on the defense too. So flat zone coverages are a little bit better than they were last year, and safeties react to the ball faster than they did last year too. So we've tried to improve things on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's a massive upgrade. I can't wait to see it. Got a viewer checking in. Babsky Johnny says, watching all the way from Lagos, Nigeria today in our broadcast, Dave. So this could be a great way to expand the footprint of Canadian football all around the world, as you well know. And I'll end it with this. One of the Argos called me, not a player, somebody in the front office, and said, hey, when you're talking to those maximum football guys, when there's one play left to win the game and the quarterback's running an option around the right end, like that wouldn't happen in a game. So those kinds of game decisions in terms of strategy, from what I understand, have been tweaked too. Am I right?
Yeah, we've improved the coaching profiles for all the teams. But I will sort of throw this out there that we're always looking to speak to people with a very strong football background. So if your Toronto Argonaut front office person wants to give us a call and help us along, I would love to speak to them, because that's the sort of feedback that we're really looking for to help us make the football logic as good as we can.
Well, good for you for being so open to that, Dave. It's together everybody wins, as you know. Team, together everyone achieves more. So thanks for the time, my friend. I hope you're able to tune in tonight, and good luck with the launch.
Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure to be on your show, and happy to talk about the game.
Awesome. Thanks for the support, Dave.
Thanks.
Dave Winter from Canuck Play, the video game developer of Doug Flutie's Maximum Football.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.